Hello and welcome. This is Oshi and this is gonna be, I swear, a short one. This is gonna be the 6 months in with the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and I just wanna share with you guys what I experienced for not exactly 6 months, but for using it for a longer period of time. So this is more than just first impression or unboxing or stuff like that. So I've been using this deck more or less over almost, no, it's not a year now. Where are we in time? Almost a year now. I mean, let's say 8 months, but the 6 months is, I think, a good indication. I didn't exclusively use the deck with readings, but I use it a lot of the times. This was my second oracle deck. The first one was the Emanation of Angels, what's that, Angelarium? Jesus, why do I not know the name? The Angelarium, which is up there somewhere, because yes, I changed things up and I put all my decks back in my the boxes. So why, you might ask? Because when I came up with the idea to moving everything into bags, I was thinking about having like 10 decks or so. I'm way past that limit, and now it's just I just don't have space to keep them in bags over there, and so yeah, I had to change things up, but that's life. So about the deck, so it comes in a trug box, which I still don't like because it's not that easy to open. It's sturdy, la la la, I don't care. It's a box. The guidebook is very good. It's chunky but small one. It has 4 sections five sections for each card. There's an essential meaning. It reads only a few sentences and keywords mostly, and then there's the oracle's message, which I guess it's if you don't have a typical romantic related or prosperity related question, you can use that meaning. So it's just a general meaning. That was the word that I was looking for. And we have a protection message, which you're supposed to read only if the card comes out reverse. So if it comes out upright, you will read all except the prosperity, and when it comes out reverse, you only read the protection one. Not prosperity, protection in the first section. Why is it so difficult? But anyway, it's a good one. When I first got the deck, I made notes from the book, so I have probably about 2.5 A4 pages notes where I made just keywords and short meanings from each of the section, because I really thought that I'm gonna be only using this deck as an oracle deck. I know, I know, but and it was very useful because I learned what the card meanings were, but I don't use it anymore because the keywords are very good. So let's go through the good one first. It's mostly a good one, so it's not like it's a bad deck. I would definitely recommend the deck for new readers, because I think if you can only afford to get one oracle card, or you're just starting out and you want to see if you can use an oracle card, I think oracle deck, I think it's a good one for a starter one. I trimmed mine quite heavily. I think the book was the same size, yeah, so I think that was the original size. Yeah, I mean, sorry for the glare, but it's gloomy, but there's no snow yet, so I'm still not happy about it. I mean, if darkness would mean snow, I would be, but it's not yet. But anyway, so for me, this size was kind of big. I couldn't hold it or shuffle it correctly or easily, so I went ahead and trimmed the deck, and now it's this size. I trimmed more than I intended at first because I was very nervous, and I cut more from the side that I wanted, because I didn't measure everything correctly, and then, you know, once you cut the first card, you need to go and do the same for each of them. So then I did this, but I'm quite happy with it, and with this shape as well. So you get a keyword which is very easily easily usable. TikTok is about divine timing, so you can, you know, read into everything. If you pull it on what should I do, and then it's like everything is gonna happen when it needs to happen. Same for romance, everything like that. So there are good keywords, like building blocks, that you can put in the reading without actually needing to reach for the guidebook. I think it's good if you read it through at least once, but you don't have to. The keywords are good. Clean it up, co-create, deep knowing, and I think you can use it without constantly reading the guidebook. So yeah, they go well with most of the decks. What I used the most is the Light Seers. Can I find it? The Light Seers Tarot, because they are similar in color. I should have took it out, but I didn't. But if you know the Light Seers Tarot, you know what I'm talking about, and if you don't, you can watch a walkthrough of it on my channel as well, not just everywhere else. So yeah, that goes very well with that deck, but to be honest, I used it with everything, all the decks that I have, and even if they didn't aesthetically match, they matched very well in a meaning. So I would say this can be a very well-used workhorse deck. So about the negative, I am not the biggest fan of the artwork, to be honest. I mean, at first I kind of liked the colors, and I didn't really look into the artwork before getting it, and maybe if I did that, I wouldn't have picked it. Maybe I would have went with another deck from Colette Barrow-Reed, but I did, so I'm sticking with it. One of the reasons why I got the deck was this image, to be honest, because it has everything that I love: the colors, the shape, no, not the shape, but the spiral. But yeah, the colors, pretty much. I mean, purple hair and this is turquoisey shiny color is two of my favorites. I still don't like the back. I mean, this red is just why. But I looked into other decks of hers, and I'm not saying this to be mean, but I think if you have one deck from her, you don't really need any other ones, because they kind of look too similar to me. I know I don't have them, so maybe they read completely differently, and I'm just out of it and imagining things. But I think if you want a deck from her, you should look into the other decks. Wow, that was hard. Look into the other eggs. I mean, you can look into the other eggs as well, here and now. But if you look into the other decks, maybe you will find something that has a better design or theme that you like. But like I said, I would recommend it to new readers for sure. Will I keep it forever? Probably, but I do think that this serves pretty much like a safety net option, which is like exactly like the Light Seers Tarot is for me. When I don't feel like I want to be challenged, or like, oh, I need to do I didn't post the weekly readings. For example, when I need to realize that I need to post something quickly, and I know that I want to be sure about the meaning of the messages, I'm going to be pulling this alongside with probably the Light Seers Tarot. Sometimes it's very good, but sometimes you need to challenge yourself, I think, and so maybe it's not that good to have that safety net. So I will definitely keep it. I don't think I would change it unless I make my own deck as I actually make it because I have a prototype, so I'm using that. because that probably will have a similar feeling, but not in a safety net, but it has well-rounded keywords. I mean, I think I made it both negative or and positive meanings of something, and this can be read as well in that way, because you know, sometimes you want a reading where you hear that everything is gonna be fine, but sometimes you need to hear that what you're doing is not good, or what's coming is not good, but you know, you will get through it. And yeah, so this is not a harsh deck by any means, but it can be used like that to challenge your perception of something. And I don't know why it keeps, you know, splitting in the middle. That's very interesting. So yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it, but I think it's not gonna be the top one oracle deck in my collection, but it's gonna be, you know, in the background when I need it quickly to, you know, pull a card. I will use this, and I will definitely recommend it to new I'm gonna go home. New readers, not new users. Words, who reads them, right? So yeah, I think that's all that I wanted to say. What's your experience with the wisdom of the oracle in a long term? Because I'm quite curious if people buy it because that's what they, you know, ran into in YouTube videos most of the time. I mean, that's how I find it. Or you know, they just pick it up and then they slowly fade it away. It slowly fades into the background because they find decks they use more deeply, or if it's a staple for everybody, and you know, I'm just being mean. But anyway, do tell me. I'm quite curious, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.